Hello, my ADHD kitties. Hopefully by now you know about graphing on the coordinate plane. You know, y equals mx plus b. Now it's time to graph inequalities. We'll start on the number line. You'll learn about open circles and solid or closed circles. Going to the left, going towards the right. Lots to do in a short time. Better get moving. Let's go. One of the important pieces of information that you need when you're graphing inequalities is whether or not the dot is open or if it is solid. So actually, it's not as bad as it might seem. It is open if it is greater than or less than, and it is solid if it is greater than and equal to or less than or equal to. And that's it. So quickly write it down and don't trust your memory because you're going to need this later on and it's going to be harder. So just write it down right now. So it almost seems funny that we've got a number line here on the screen, but it actually is going to be quite helpful because if you can see over on the left, you can see that it's -10 and over on the right it's +10. So you can see that it's integers, and I don't know what it is, but when we get to graphing, somehow people forget which numbers are getting bigger and which numbers are getting smaller. So if you're going to the right, the numbers get bigger. And if the numbers go to the left, they get smaller. Now I know you're going to say, now why are we doing this? Well, I also want to show you that greater than is going in that direction. And in case you forgot, less than. Now, I know that there are all kinds of tricks. I've seen some of them, and to be quite frank, I don't understand it. But to me, this is one way that you can do it that might be intuitive, because when you're a kid and you start counting and you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and keep going, you're always going to the right. So that's it. That's all there is on this screen. And now we're going to get moving forward. So here we are at our first one. X is less than 1. So the first step is figuring out whether it's open or closed. And since it is less than, it is open. The next thing you need to do is to find 1. And since we know that 1 is open, we've got our spot there. So that is step 2. The third step is to figure out what direction is less than. And less than goes towards the smaller numbers, which is to the left. So there are 3 steps: open or closed, finding the number, drawing the arrow. That's it. Not so bad. Next. So here we are again on another one. Step 1 is to determine whether or not it's an open or a closed circle. Yes, this time I said closed. So x is greater than or equal to -6. So this time, since it's greater than or equal to, the answer is closed. Step 2 is finding your number on the number line, which it is -6. So I'm going to draw a closed circle there. And then the third step is figuring out whether it goes to the left or to the right. So this is greater than, and so When we're looking for numbers that are bigger, they go to the right. So this time when you look, you have two choices, either open or solid. Now the reason why I like using the word solid is that when you go to graphing inequalities on the coordinate plane, the word solid is more appropriate. And I like solid anyway, and x is greater than or equal to 4, so it is solid. I'm looking for number 4. And so number 4 has got a solid dot, greater than or equal to. Bigger numbers go towards the right. So we're going to do a couple as practice, and then you'll be done. So here we go, looking at this and seeing what you can do using your brain. X is greater than 8. Is that an open or a solid circle? Either using your memory or your notes. It is an open circle. So step 2, I'm going to go over to number 8 and give it an open circle. And now x is greater than. Does that go to the left or does it go to the right? Greater than goes towards the bigger numbers, which is to the right. Step 1, x is less than or equal to -1. Is that open or is it solid? So it is solid. Step 2 is to find -1 on the number line. And then it is a solid dot. And now here's the big trick. We're looking for less than. Does that go to the left or does it go to the right? It goes to the left. Good job. I'm sure that you got it, even though I can't see you. This is the first step in graphing inequalities. Next, graphing inequalities on the coordinate plane, just like I hinted. No sweat, one step at a time. And remember, Edie loves math, even if you don't. Ciao.